Yeah, hello peeps and hello peppers. I didn't realize the camera was properly working. Yeah, this is my new Miðvikudags Manatee, or should I maybe say Wednesday Walrus, because it was advertised as a walrus, and but it has these like shorter teeth that stand vertically, so that is the desired sign for I'm Fiorulatli. So, and actually, I hoped here they would come. They haven't told me if they are a guy or a girl yet, or something in between. And actually, sorry, we have to look in the back end also because they have separate feet. So this is like not the tail of a conventional walrus. So someone here made an excellent Furulatle, and I don't take any criticism that this was too expensive. That was the only Furulatle-esque animal available on the entire internet, and I wish I could move the mouth. But maybe someday in a distant future I make a mobile mouth with a, let's say, where you would even see these common column teeth of the Desmosdylian. I know this sounds a little bit like, for people who don't know the whole context, hello people who have never been here. I'm writing a novel about the Furulatle sea monster actually being based on a fossil with column teeth. And this is like, I mean, of course, the best educated guess I can give, but it's not supposed to be scientific. It's more like a family saga of standing up for your own ethics and protecting the sea and protecting trans rights. And yes, Furulatle has a little bit of an odd family life that also appeals to an autistic person who doesn't really connect to people the same way it's expected of them. So yes, yesterday I couldn't make a Wednesday video because, let's say, I felt really sick. And I think I've mentioned this numerous times that I also can't clean up the way that society wants me to. So I always live in an artsy chaos, and I want to communicate with people who have their ways of managing an artsy chaos, and I want to do stand-up comedy with the Furulatle. Yetna, if I throw in strange words that don't sound English, I'm a German living in Iceland, so I'm also trying to use Icelandic words if they don't really have a equivalent in another language. Most people translate Furulatle to shore laddie for the tourists, but I assume that the laddies also have females, and possibly also like individuals between the genders, but they are like, I also talked to a genderqueer person who is interested in biology. The problem with animals and their self-experience of gender is we can't ask the animals as of yet. But yeah, I'm having a cozy time with Furulatle, and they are really doing a good job at warming my hand. And according to like my interpretation of the legend, Furulatle eats seaweed. I actually, at some point, I had a I had a conversation with an established writer who was also like researching such mysteries, or at least Iceland's belief in them. And this person joked maybe the Fjörulatli eats little children, because let's say the legend of the Fjörulatli was realistically invented to keep the children from running into the sea when the parents were working in the fields, because Icelanders have always been farmers and fisher people. And let's say what I still experience as a foreigner in Iceland, especially like a foreigner with several long-term health conditions, is that the adults and even the children have such an attitude that kind of you need to work all day to be something. I mean, like many people, of course, need to work all day to make it work with the price levels here. I totally get that, but I also have, across the course of my time in Iceland, met many people who could not work anymore. Okay, now I have to really check the clock because YouTube always only allows me 15 minutes. So Fjörulatli and me are actually here teaming up to tell people always there are two sides of the same coin, or even more sides, sort of like a tabletop role playing dice. One matter has often like very many facets, and I have been sort of commuting between Iceland and Germany for 20 years. And so I actually witnessed how, let's say, the word burnout was not a part of the vocabulary in Iceland even like 15 years ago. Even when I asked people who were working in the social sector, like by now, of course, there is a word, interestingly, like the continental Europeans and Americans use burnout, and the Icelanders use kulnun, which is like getting cold. And they had a cartoon to the effect also in a newspaper where like the person was supposed to react to literally a million emails and turned into a snowman. So like, especially since I had to come to terms with not being able to exist on the normal working market, I am creating niches for myself and for Fjörulatli. Okay, Fjörulatli, as the name says, lives in a fjara, like in a shore where the flood comes in and the ebb also comes in. So some people claim they have seen this animal walking around when the tide was low. The tide is high, but I'm holding on. I have not physically seen it, but I identify a lot with it because it has shaggy red hair. It clicks when it walks, and I actually breathe like Darth Vader when I walk, so I might want to incorporate that into the novel. And the science is not sure if Fjörulatli can walk at all, and that's why I actually connected to the Desmosdylian, because the science is not sure if Desmosdylians could walk either, and they are actually mostly pictured sitting on a shore with low tide and eating seaweed, and actually I don't know, to my noble self, it's actually beneficial to eat salty things to an extent, and you can buy seaweed in packages in Iceland. It's called sul, and it's purple, sort of like purple cabbage, and it's salty. So maybe, yeah, I should find a store that carries it later and eat some. Have a really beautiful Fjörulatli day, because, like, in the evening there will be some action. Yes, there will be action. um, namely the Queer Icelandic Film Festival. And I have a small gig as a sketchnoter and guest entertainer there. So I'll see you, and Fjordalotli wants to see you too in the future. So yeah. Uh, Stay tuned. Bye bye.